less than a minute to air.
Golden Corral.
Yay, Golden Corral. All-you-can-eat buffet. Prime rib on weekends. Breakfast buffet, Spiff's favorite. Alright, quiet on set.
We're killing me smalls.
$5.
Welcome to lunch, Jack and Laz.
Your viewing and listening pleasure.
They can't read at all.
I don't know how easy it is to discern between that.
Welcome to lunch, Jack and Laz.
Where the hell are they coming up with this crap?
Where nobody knows what the hell is going on.
The time sink is real.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm doing nothing but standing on the lot. I should be doing something.
I stand around for hours at a
Oh
time.
God, I can't tell you how many hours a day I'm just standing on the lot. I'm doing nothing but standing on the lot.
Yeah.
You're all using some kind of jargon that me no understand. Have to gently blow a ball into.
Into a warm fuzzy hole.
That's right.
Yeah.
Welcome to lunch, Jack and Laz.
Your viewing and listening pleasure.
They can't read at all.
I don't know how easy it is to discern between that.
Welcome to lunch, Jack and Laz.
Where the hell are they coming up with this crap?
Where nobody knows what the hell is going on.
Yeah. I blame Laz.
It's all Laz's fault. And greetings, everybody. This is Laz. And Jack has no audio.
Where'd Jack go?
I don't know. He's
Jack-
talking, but
Jack
there he is.
has audio. Jack just forgot to open up the mic within Discord.
Yeah, Jack jacked his audio. Yeah, it's all my fault. I know.
Taking lessons from Laz.
Today it's Jack's fault.
After yesterday's issues with Laz, I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and restart my computer this morning, and let's see how messed up everything can be.
Well, is that gray shirt. I keep telling you about that gray shirt.
It's a different gray shirt.
I know
This
that.
one is the rarest gray shirt you will ever see.
The rarest shirt I'll ever see. Why?
Because this one is, if you look really close, it's got an extra special logo on it.
Yeah, we can't see it because all it looks
You
like
can't
is
see
a
it.
gray ghost.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's the first Portalarium shirt.
Ah, very interesting. Well,
Yeah,
speaking
don't
of
ask me how I
Portalarium,
got that.
is,
It was given to me by one of the employees who found it in a box.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Beer bribery.
It
Beer
was a
bribery
beer bribery.
works, I tell you. There's
It's like,
nothing wrong
hey,
with
thanks
that.
for all the beer. It's like, yeah.
Well, for the record, it is Wednesday, February 22nd here inside Shroud at Avatar. Tomorrow is release 39. Now, a little while ago, I sent a little message over to Star and said, hey, Star, think you can have those notes out by today's show? And he said he was going to work on it. So keep an eye out there. We should have those hopefully momentarily.
I've been looking for it. My tweet even alluded to it. It's one where it's like, yeah,
well, I got a
waiting.
response from him. So he said, hold on, let me try. He's going to try and get it out there here shortly for us so that we can cover that on today's show. So I did poke the gentleman and say, hey, do us a solid, will you? So hopefully we'll have that here shortly. It looked like he was looking at the announcements for him last I looked. So hopefully that means he's in there making the final edits and making sure it's all
The drafting, maybe,
making sure it's all proofread and everything's ready to go for release. So
viewing forum announcements. I'm looking right now. That's what he's doing. Viewing forum announcements.
So hopefully he's working on not just viewing but putting a post out there. So meanwhile, we do have yesterday's stand up, and of course, don't forget auctions running out there on the Shroud Marketplace for the chemo relief fund. So don't forget about those. Those are running all week. Now,
Yeah, and there's been, currently I believe there's 35, 36 auctions up there. Let me go check. 55 items up for auction out of the Iron Maiden collection, and let's just say some of these items, they're attracting bids, especially the lot deeds, and every single one of them is
well, lot deeds are always going to be a hot commodity. We know.
Oh
that.
yeah.
And
well, even the crafting pavilion, it's elicited 9 deeds or 9 bids.
And what is the crafting pavilion? I recently saw one on sale for just shy of $200. What's the? I'm just scrolling through these to show people up on screen.
It is currently at $100, but it still has almost a week left. 6 days, I believe, is left on that one.
Snap that up, Laz.
Well, don't forget, in order to participate in this auction, you needed to have donated $100 to Doug's GoFundMe.
That's right. This is not an open to anybody auction. This is only for those people who ponied up over $100. And, of course, a lot of action on these, as you can see as I'm scrolling through. I'm on the second page now, just showing everybody.
I clicked on the button that said View All.
Oh. I didn't know there was such a button, so.
Yeah, it's what happens when you get to the end of the page. You're like, View All.
But great stuff out there.
The commission-free vendors are going up there, too.
Oh, yeah. The funny thing is, Doug actually had a few Cavalier hats, and those are in the Cavalier hat packs. And
very nice.
I expect those to actually go for substantially more than the $20 that one of them's currently at.
Yeah, we're just at the beginning here. All the action's going to start happening towards the end of the week.
Oh, yeah. Over the weekend, I think a lot of this action is actually going to take place.
Now, more auctions are going up as there's
going to be.
Is that correct?
There's probably going to be another 15 to 18 later tonight. Tomorrow, another 15 to 18, all the way through Sunday. There will be
Sunday.
And the Sunday headliner item is going to be a metropolis town with overland access.
Wow. And that's going up for bids with 0 reserve. Is this correct?
That's correct.
That is
0
correct.
reserve.
A metropolis with a 0 reserve. Folks, you heard that correct.
It is crazy days on the Shroud Marketplace.
Yes.
Everything must go.
Everything is gotta
That's
go.
right.
I love this shit, I tell you. And of course, all for an absolutely fantastic cause. And again, I believe that number has been met as of this moment. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, yes. We're way over that magic number of 25 grand. So
very good.
This is going to be super exciting to see how we close out this whole thing next Sunday when we get our final tally in from all of the auctions. And like I said, I'll be on the telethon on the 9th, and I will unveil. Right? Yep, I will unveil that final number to everybody live on television.
Very, very cool. Gotta love this stuff. All right, so thank you very much, Star Long, for getting that information out to us. So I guess we're going to postpone the stand-up corner.
Oh, did he post it?
Sweet.
Yes, you know, sometimes
I have to be
asking Star nicely to do things gets actually results. So,
what are you talking about?
yeah, what am I talking
I have
about?
to be I have to be the first one to click like.
One new unread conversations. And
All right,
that's probably
let's see
Star
what's-
telling me that it's there.
And I had to go with the obligatory / first post. Post.
Yes, so
That's
So
for-
cliche.
So
I
for
know,
giggles and grins,
yeah.
there's the little quick message just for giggles and grins. I sent him a message that says, "Hey, thanks," you know, and he says, "Done." So thank you, Dark Star. We appreciate
Yes.
it.
So
He's
release
a man of
39
many
instructions are.
That's
And
right.
eventually
so for
we'll
those
get
of
to
you
'em at
folks
some
who
point
wanna
in
go
time
out
today.
and check it out yourself, they're out there now. But we're gonna go ahead and cover that because there is lots and lots and lots of new stuff coming out. And we're
There's
about
nothing
to,
coming out. What are you talking about?
now.
Nothing.
Yeah, I'm
coming
excited
out.
for this because I haven't paid attention to it at all. I didn't get any time on the QA this time.
I haven't had the time I want on the QA this time. I'm going to try and
Well-
get in there a little while tonight. There's a couple things
I
that
keep looking for a certain recipe and I can't find it.
there's a couple things that people are going to like, a couple things people are going to dislike. But we're going to we'll feel that as we get there. But damn you, Jack. First post, pain in my ass. First post brought me all the way to the bottom. I had to scroll all the way back up.
You know what? You have a computer and this button called home works. It takes you all the way up to the top.
No, home doesn't take you all the way to the top. Home takes me to my home page. Thank
Really?
you.
Really?
Yes.
Wait. End. Wait, I actually have to click on the right window. End. Home. End. Home. Huh. Imagine
you're
that. It works
talking
on my
about on
computer.
the keyboard.
Yeah, on the keyboard.
Shit. Who the fuck uses that
Not,
shit? Apparently you do.
I'm
so-
not talking about the home button at the top of the forums. That takes you to the very
Yeah,
first
well, that's what I was
page
saying.
and
yeah.
completely screws everything
That's
up. To where
right.
you have to re-log in. and do
Anyway,
everything
one more
else, yeah.
time, thank you, Star, for getting these out for us today so that everybody can get a sneak peek of what's coming out here. So let us delve
You ready to
in.
really? No, I was going to say, you ready to really mess with people and do the stand-up corner from yesterday?
Hey, we can do that, you know.
Oh.
I'm turning this
And
off.
We do have all day tomorrow to cover all this if we
I
really
know,
want
it's
to,
like-
but since I did ask Star and he nicely complied, I think we should bring this to the folks first. What do you say?
Okay, you
Yes,
dirty
yes, we
bastard.
should.
Dirty bastard. Okay, release 39 post. We do have it, and we're going to tease you with information. So, release 39 instructions. They can, as far as scenes and story, they do continue to make progress on the story. This release by focusing on the path of courage, which is fast approaching the polished level of the path of love. They have also placed significant emphasis on realizing the vision of the kobolds and their technological gifts. This presents itself in Release 39 in the form of the City of Kobolds, the Dungeons of Kroll and Crawl, and a menagerie of clockwork attack creatures.
A menagerie.
Additionally, a menagerie, yes. I need my clockwork kitty to
Fast
be an attack kitty.
and furious. Path
That's
of
right.
courage is almost equal to love. No way
That's
they
amazing.
can do that in 2 months. No way. Who said that?
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you still can't finish love.
Love you,
Yeah.
man. Love you.
Love you too, baby. Love you too. So they polished the fire visuals in all three of the starting scenes to what they consider a competitive standard. They have begun adding pockets of 6 to 10 enemies to 5 school scenes in the game.
Tier 6 to 10 enemies.
So those are just boss mobs and mini boss mobs in 5 skull scenes.
Yes.
Nice.
Now, I know everybody's been asking for 6 skull scenes, but right now this is the solution, so.
Yeah, and then from there, They're going to have to completely rechange a bunch of things eventually, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Patterns, the crafting system has had a major expansion with the addition of the pattern system. The system allows players to visually reshape weapons and armor by using patterns that can be salvaged from rare loot or purchased in the add-on store. The town blessings and magic movers, the player housing became much more interesting in Release 39 with two major improvements. Town blessing devotionals can now be placed by town owners, and they each bestow a different set of buffs, one combat and one crafting related, and the magic movers now allow players to store fully decorated houses and basements for later retrieval. You can even move them between owned lots of the same size in the same scene.
That's
Thank
right.
God. For those of us who don't pay our taxes, that's amazing.
That is one of the nice. Now I don't know. Is that going to be part of it? If your house collapses, it all goes back.
You're going to have to test that on the QA server,
or does it? Yeah, or does? No, it's going to be hard to do because the minute you play something, you already got 14 days rent. So
yeah, which means that you pretty much have to time it to when the QA is supposed to go live in order to test it. The combat cover in utility bar. Combat also improves this release with cover now decreasing the amount of damage you take in combat. They've also made the non-combat bar stay visible during combat to facilitate use of consumable items during combat.
can I see that thing?
This should give players who actively use potions and foods an effective alternative to placing consumables in their deck. So,
And buffs.
So now there's going to be
Okay, basically,
2 bars.
There
Combat
are 2
and-
bars now. Since now these are released, if you take your mouse and hover down to your bar the way it is now, okay, and the way that bar is set in peace mode, when you go into war mode, that becomes a little tiny bar underneath the war bar and allows you to use all those as well. So, and then when you exit combat, these pop up to normal size again. At least that's the one.
I wonder
thing.
what happens
Awesome.
if you put all of your heals on that peace bar, whether or not you can
Absolutely.
use it.
Why wouldn't you be able to?
And I wonder how that affects the combat bar, because I didn't play around with combat inside of the QA server at all yet.
Well, my one comment is
Not that we could actually discuss it because it is on the QA
the way
server.
we have the extra
So-
bar now, but it's way too small for those of us older folks to see.
What are you talking about? Where are your glasses?
Yeah, well, I've got my glasses, but yeah.
The funny thing is my glasses aren't reading glasses, it's to see in the distance. And I don't need them to read. In fact, that messes me up.
That's
So then we have lots and lots of information. You ready to scroll down to the release 39 portion with story?
Yes, let's go ahead.
Since we-
I'm right down there with it.
The Path of Courage, they had an emphasis on moving the player smoothly through part of this, through that portion. Yep. Justin's messaging me.
Oh,
Dev Plus. Can't say it. So then they continue polishing
pineapple.
Pineapple. With emphasis on moving the player smoothly through this part of the story. They will also be adding another siege encounter map and blah. The Path of Courage polish. Various changes were made to the Path of Courage, including the new NPC conversations in Valhold, proper journal, task support for the ending sequence, and experience rewards for finishing the Path of Courage, commensurate to the Path of Love. Out in Blood River, they had various changes, elaborating on the massacre that happened there, along with a better tutorial support for new users. Ooh. Better
New
tutorial
user
support.
experience. That's right.
Additionally, players are no longer sent to Soul Town after the sequence is completed. Support for side quests in Area and Virtus, similar to Soul Town and Nordoris, will come in future releases. But for now, they continue to recommend new players begin with the Path of Love for the best experience because it's the most complete experience at this point.
Now,
So-
that's a common complaint amongst a lot of new folks I get. I followed their recommendation and I didn't want to start like that. But again, you always have the option to start over. But there's a little key piece of information in there. When you now come into the starting quests, again, you don't get dumped over into Sultan. So people are now going to start showing up in different parts of the world, respectively.
That means if they're going to go from Blood River straight to
Longfall.
Airy.
They're going to go to area. They're going
Which
to
is-
exit out the Longfall like they should.
Well,
It doesn't mention that there, does it?
no, it doesn't.
I have to go test that tonight.
This next one's
Yeah.
going to be controversial.
Ah, well,
What?
there's a lot of controversy in all this good stuff, and that's what we love.
So, quest discovery and navigation improvements. They are working on improving the ability to find characters who have quests and/or who have the quest active tasks to complete for quests. Characters who have quests for you or who have current active tasks will now have a blue glow. No, no,
Yep,
no.
yep.
Mm.
hmm Remember how we used to have the glows
Jeez,
around us as... that's back again, people. That's right.
Might as well give him a top
Jeez.
hat with an exclamation point.
Yeah, cheese mode is coming. Very,
Jeez,
very
bud,
quickly.
That's right.
Yeah, this is a bad decision. The characters will turn off once you complete all of the quests assigned to it. Additionally, as long as you are on a quest for a character, they will appear as a point of interest on your compass.
Uh-oh.
These
Ooh.
these will be options you can turn off if you wish to play old school. We lovingly call this totally not an exclamation mark, which
Skyrim.
it totally is. It's like, seriously, they like all the way up until this point, 3 fucking years of, you know what, we don't like this system, we think it's fucking cheesy, we're not going to do it, and now they're doing it.
Well, I have to say this. You know, World of Warcraft has really made an impression on today's gamers.
Yeah, just because they got a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I hate to point this out, but there's other video games that had movies way before Warcraft.
Yes, I know. Tron.
Yeah, but
Oh,
7 million
But-
people
but
playing the game.
Tron was a movie before it was a video game. Or they were
they were
released at the same
They were
time.
released in conjunction with each other, but yes.
Yeah. But other things like, what was that game that Chris Roberts worked on a long ass time ago? 1980 something.
Oh, is that the space game with the ones that look like the lion people?
The Kilrathi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that's
so-
part of it.
so-
I can't remember the name of the game.
yeah. It turned into a really shitty movie in the 90s.
Starring
Yeah.
Mark
Oh,
Hamill.
Or we could talk about Doom was actually turned into a movie with The Rock.
I love that game.
All right.
I'll be
The
playing
Rock.
that totally not on.
But
Totally.
yes,
Let's talk about Duke Nukem now.
now I'm gonna go back to Fast and Furious, and there's gonna be a lot of changes that people are not gonna like. And
Oh yeah.
you know, again, this isn't probably not going to be open for discussion, but I think it's going to be a hot topic. Not a fan. I've seen the outline. It really doesn't look too bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's just a bluish. You know how you got the glow from the cloak?
Well, the turning of the points
No,
of
it-
interest on your compass also kind of becomes a distraction as well, because
Well, not
they're-
really.
they're-
Once you
well-
know where a notable landmark is, you remember that. That should
Well,
be
the
something that you
problem
could
is, like,
mark or
if-
pin.
if
So-
you look at my compass right now, it's like everything is in the southeast direction, because that's where downtown Owl's Head is. It's one where it's like it's just clutter. That's all it is.
Well, that's because everything happens to be all over that way in this town.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
even in other. And
So
and
does this
someone
mean that
actually
side
pointed out
quests,
Wing Commander.
side quest
Thank you.
people are going to be glowing?
Yes.
Because that really
I'm
takes
guessing
away
that
the immersion.
anybody who has anything to do with a quest, again, haven't had enough
When-
time to
when,
get in.
when you pop into Soul Town, everybody's going to be glowing blue. Ah,
But
blue.
it looks
Yeah, but it's part-
looks like when
part
you're
of it.
wearing a virtue cloak, you get that hue. It's a bluish hue around the NPC. I have seen a picture of it. I don't think it's
Part of
too
the whole
bad.
dialogue system was the idea that you could discover things through talking to people, and if you discover somebody has a side quest, maybe
Preaching
then
to
they
the
should.
choir, my friend. Preaching to
Well,
the choir.
So
Oh
The-
my.
there actually became. I was watching a YouTube video the other day. I hate to admit it, and it was actually talking about
Like it wasn't one of
NPC
us.
and NPC engagement, and it actually talked about how, in order to make NPCs much more engaging, you actually have to make them all unique. This is one where it's like that becomes a problem when you remember that the art department at Portalarium is 5 people, 6
Let's
people,
put 'em to
7
work.
people.
Depending
I mean,
on the day.
I mean, Well, actually, it's larger than that because you also have to have all the world builders included in that art department. But the people working on like character visuals, that's 2 people. That's going to be Kevin and also Fletcher. Those 2 people actually work on character visuals. Then from there, it's like you only have 1 animator, and in order to make the game as engaging and as possible, you would actually have to have unique characters. But there's going to be about 30 NPCs. 15 to 30 NPCs in every single town that actually have quest-related components. That's a lot of customization.
Yes.
A lot of glowing.
Ooh, components.
Yeah, not to mention what someone's going to bring up really shortly. Duke heads.
Yes, Duke heads.
Because I want to put Laz on a friggin' soapbox right now.
Actually, as long as we get him when we're supposed to get him before release, I'll be a happy camper. As long as we get him when promised.
Yep.
And of course, comments from out in chat there. Of course, a lot of people are going the same thing. Tally pose. That's what made the game interesting. Was being able to go out and look at these people and talk to these people, and engage and find this stuff.
Well, he also wants for Portalarium to actually break out the cattle prods and the cocaine and really get all the devs hopped up and get them working for the Fast and Furious NPC makeovers.
That's gonna turn out well.
Yeah, it's, which is always funny.
So if an NPC has a side quest that's a secret, you're gonna know he has it. This is glowing, so you're just gonna sit there and keep clicking everything until you find it.
Well, it depends. I mean, I think they're going to end up having to tweak that eventually.
Yeah, I think the lash, and again, I haven't seen too much of it. Again, I subscribe to all those forums, and I get it in my email every day. I haven't seen much of an outcry over it, and I mean, people who have been playing the QA haven't really said much. Again, I saw it. I didn't think it looked bad, but I haven't seen it actually active in the world yet. So I'm gonna reserve judgment on that until we actually see how it affects the gameplay.
I just want to know when my invisibility spell will make others invisible, like NPCs. All you can see is a blue glow.
Oh, so you want to be one of those people that cast Invis on the NPCs and hide them from everybody? That would actually be pretty funny. The new method of griefing everybody.
Is go take all the reagent merchants and make them invisible.
cast invisible on
so
them,
nobody
and make
can
sure
buy
that
reagents.
your invisibility lasts like 10 minutes, and then just keep on doing that all day.
Yeah.
So, moving right along, we do have NPC conversation interface improvements. Work continues on polish and bug fixes. This release, they focused on the order of keyword sorting so that once you use a keyword, it sorts to the back of the list, and added pagination so that you can step through longer text without having to scroll back using a more prompt. Say what? Why would they do that?
Stop botting.
What are you talking
So, you
about?
know, when you have a selection of keywords, sometimes you have to go to a merchant and say the same keyword over and over. So if I click the keyword, they're telling me it's going to go to the back, and now I have to go to the back to get to that keyword again. Why
Hang
don't...
box guards.
Yeah.
You know what? That means that eventually they also need to change the color of a used keyword versus an available keyword, or change it to
that you've
bold
actually
versus
clicked on it once and you've activated it to let you know you've actually spoken to that person. Very interesting.
Instead of going to the back, it's like the people that just sit there and click keyword. That's going to,
like me,
speed through things. Yes, because I mean, I know you don't read. I know, I'm aware of that.
Nobody reads this stuff.
Thank box guards.
That's why we have a show.
What are you talking about? We have a show? What is this?
Huh?
What is this reality you live in?
This next one's going to be controversial too.
So, journal improvements. If a quest sends you into an area that requires combat, such as a dungeon or a hostile area, the journal entry will warn you if the difficulty of the area is more than you can currently handle. As your skills grow in power, the evaluation in your journal will change. This is not exact, but should warn avatars a bit too eager to head to the certain doom. They'll be adding many combat-related tasks going forward, and this will help you be aware of which are currently appropriate for your character.
Warning. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. Do not enter. Certain doom ahead.
Doom.
I always thought that they should have given us the ability just to make our own notes in the journal.
Leroy Jenkins.
The ability to append something to it. Yeah, I mean, it's...
Yeah, so you can write your own notes. Like, I can't do this yet. Come back later.
I got my ass kicked. Come back later.
Ooh, I just got my ass handed to me method. I'm not going back there right now. You know, I usually don't forget that stuff.
I mean, same thing notes. For writing down notes on puzzles. You know,
puzzles. That's another thing. But you know, if I go into a scene and I walk in and I get my ass handed to me, I usually don't return until I think I got a chance again, and wash, rinse, repeat until I can win.
Wait a second. I've partied with you a few times before.
Yeah.
You just run in and die, and then run in and die.
That's
run
right.
In and die. Run in and die.
Hang on a second. I gotta check something. I'll be back.
I like the little stutter ankle
All
in
you
there.
do is run and grab every resource node in the building.
That's Jack.
Yeah. And last.
He lets you fight while he's running around harvesting the cotton in the trees.
That's right. Absolutely.
Hey. I grew up playing Ultima online, so you know what?
So did I. That doesn't mean that you go and what am I? You're freaking bodyguard or something? Are you paid?
You're my shield. You're my human shield.
I'm like, hey Jack, I'm getting eaten alive by obsidian wolves. He's like, oh, I'm over here getting a tree. Hold on.
Exactly. So over in Kroll, underneath Blood Bay, far from the prying eyes of the Oracle, top Kobold researchers work in the Kobold Research Underground Lab, aka Kroll. In this vast underground facility, kobolds build ever larger and more dangerous automatons and craft mysterious weapons. Kroll will be filled with top-tier kobolds and automatons to battle, as well as dangerous technological traps and puzzles.
Ooh,
puzzles.
Minds all the time.
I'm excited for Kroll.
And I love the scale on that picture of the clockwork the shockwork monkey included there.
Shock the monkey.
You've got the little guy at the end of, and then all the way, huge monkey. So huge shockwork monkey because he wants to shock the monkey. Not spank the monkey, he wants to shock it.
Shock the monkey. That's right.
So don't forget, one of the ways to get to Kroll is going to be through Kroll. This long tunnel system connects Shrek to Kroll and consists of long tracks and minecarts. It can be ridden, however, regular checkpoints by kobold sentries and traps make traversing this underground quite risky, so that groups can travel to the Kroll to Kroll. And Skrek can now be entered by parties. The Path of Courage instance of Skrek's remains limited to solo players.
Solo players. The
Huh,
time sink is real.
I wonder how they're going to actually set that up.
What do you mean?
So in order to enter Skrek, which is supposed to be part of the Path of Courage, which is supposed to be a single player dungeon,
Right.
they're now saying that parties can now enter it. Are they removing the quest NPCs from the instance if you're a part of a party?
Quite possibly.
And making
Or maybe if you're on the quest and you're part of a party and you enter, you just enter solo and your party enters different instance. Quite possible.
well, but then I mean the party flag would actually have to supersede the quest flag on that instance. Experimentation.
Things that make you go, that's right.
So Kroll must be huge.
Oh my.
As huge as any other place, I'm going to guess.
Well, there's different checkpoints. You can go different routes to different areas. I would imagine that'd be pretty big.
Well,
Think
don't
of
forget,
how
while you're
big your metros are, and
I just want to know how many people
are.
I want to know how many people are going to be doing the airplane inside of the cart, just like the video.
You know you got to do it.
I know.
The belly dance.
The belly dance. What about the magic mic or the gypsy?
That's right.
So North Drakvald Spur was also worked on, which is located near the Sirens Mountains in the Drakvald region in the northeastern section of Novia. It started as a clone of the White Guard Foothills, which is right outside of Solace Bridge, and was completely rebuilt as a new scene for Release 39. This area is home to a group of bandits who have been ambushing supply convoys using rock slides.
Rock slides. Gotta love this.
Efficient.
Yeah, that's going to be kind of cool. This
Yes.
area will also feature the remnants of an abandoned mine and a mysterious watchtower, because they're going to be singing all along the watchtower the entire time they're in the scene.
The watchtower.
Yes. And the rock slides take advantage of new traps technology. And there is a spoiler here.
Spoiler
Spoiler.
alert! Spoiler
alert.
Virtuoz.
Combat in the center of the main bandit headquarters has a good chance of drawing out enemies which are more challenging than the rest of the area. The mysterious watchtower is part of our new efforts to add higher tier enemies, tier 6+, to maps that players can discover and or trigger. In this case, there is a signal fire that will trigger a high-level bandit to attack. Ooh. You gotta set the tower on fire. Ooh. What are you doing, Lance?
Ooh.
Why are you sitting back and like lounging? And are you wearing pants?
I'm not lounging.
Because you got this grin on your face. That,
I'm in the same position I'm always in. And no, I'm never wearing pants. You know that.
Pants are completely optional.
That's why we shoot from the waist up, man. Come on.
I was going to go with Twitch policies. Okay, so then moving right
That's
along the upper
shirtless.
Fortis.
They have nothing on the
I
policy
know,
about pantless.
I know. Shirtless, yeah. Which is going to be funny when we're just playing the video of Thex's run. Okay, come on, trash you.
Next.
Dun, dun,
Moving
dun,
right
dun.
along.
Upper Fortis,
The Upper Fortis.
which is right next to the town of Hearth. The Fortis River runs south to north through a large canyon in the North Palatus region to the east of the Sanctus Spine control point, right next to the town of Hearth.
Hearth.
Kobolds have established a
Hearth.
mining facility. That's right. You need to move there.
Hearth.
That's right.
Hearth.
Even though it's spelled Hjorth. It's Hearth.
Bueller.
Hjorth.
Bueller.
Kobolds have established a mining facility here using steam to soften the terrain, ramping up their defenses to the mining facility. Expect strong resistance when trying to raid the Kobold mining camp, and the bandits are not going to be completely friendly either.
You think?
Yeah, the clone started out as a clone, and it's been uncloned. Yay.
Yay!
Fire visuals were also upgraded for the third time, and they started in the 3 starting scenes of Blood River, High Vale, and Solace Bridge to what they considered competitive standards. Out in the
Competitive standards of fire visuals.
Yes. Out in the perennial coast, there were significant improvements to the architecture flora. They missed a few scenes along the perennial coast in their past to update the flora and architecture to match the new Asian influence they showed in our Dorson release 37. And so, in some case, it was as simple as missing flora, bamboo, and the swamp scenes. Although, does bamboo grow in a swamp?
Why not?
Probably
I don't know.
we must have Asian crocodiles.
Yeah. But in other case, we missed entire scenes like the player run town of Aldwater, which was updated. Some of these missing scenes have been addressed in release 39, and more will be addressed in release 40.
According to
NPC
Google, bamboo can grow in the swamps.
Okay.
40.
Okay. NPC appearances in release 38. There were still some NPCs in the Perennial Coast scenes that did not yet have regionally appropriate appearances. As of this release, all NPCs in these scenes are properly attired and feature some brand new outfits. These include citizen farmer clothing with variants for commoners and shopkeepers, as well as a wider variety of kimonos for
Farmer
use by
clothes.
the region's upper class. QA privilege. We'll talk about this tomorrow. Because we will talk about this tomorrow. Tier 6 plus editions, inspired by the Liches in Deep Ravenswood, they are going to be adding pockets of higher level enemies, tier 6 through 10, to all 5 skull areas, tier 5 maps. Some of these will
Does that
always
mean my
be
mind
present.
is going to get harder?
Possibly. Some of these will always be present, but some will only be there when triggered by an event or interaction, the lighting of a signal fire. For instance, imagine what scene that would be right next to the town of Hjorth, aka Earth. Each release will add these to a few maps until all tier 5 maps have been covered. Then we've got Ulfheim, where the fiercest of the northern barbarians have firmly established Ulfheim as their home. Find them at Erdhalla, near the center of this territory. Out in the Sequana Colossus, a supreme Lich Lord and his undead guards are striking fear in nearby areas. Out in the Acropolis Barrens, the rumors abound that at night insanely wicked spiders appear to wreak havoc on the unaware.
Insanely wicked
spiders.
I hate spiders.
I hate spiders.
Burn them.
I love my spider, but I hate all other spiders.
No, I hate your spider with a passion. Your spider gets in the way of everything.
My spider guards my ass.
No, it just gets in the way of everything.
I mean, it stops you from looting all the stuff that is meant for me to loot. Is that what you mean?
Not even. It gets in the way
Look at
of
the smile on
everything.
his face. That's right.
It's like you see a monster and you want to run to it, and there's Laz's spider right in the way of it.
Attacking
that thing just
it,
needs
right?
to be killed off.
Yeah.
Not even. It's just like wandering around doing nothing. It's it has no idea
Like
what the
me.
hell it's doing.
Like me. He takes after me.
It's like technical difficulties are always
Grin
affecting
like a
your
dog
spider.
and wander aimlessly. I tell you.
It's like what do you? It's like what is the NBN security spider doing?
He's securing me.
No one ever knows.
Now, I was going to say, let's be conscious of the time here.
Well, I
time
was
is-
going to go over Verdantis Shardfall, and then it's time to redirect to
You
the calendar.
can't just stop at Verdantis. We
Yeah,
got
the
to
next one's
get
big.
down.
What?
Come
What are
on, you
talking
gonna leave this whole paragraph that I've got on screen right now?
Yeah, so out in Verdantis Shardfall, an elite squad of elves has set up headquarters on an island off the coast. Okay, fine. Laz wants to talk about some chaos bosses, and several new chaos bosses have been added to the ruins and Shardfalls because they are chaotic, and they are also quite rare because they show up when they feel like it.
And we got to
When they
tell
feel
them
like it.
about traps, and we got to tell them about moving platforms. But you know what? They're just really gonna have
Jesus.
to wait till tomorrow, or
For
go
traps and interactions.
and go read it themselves, because we do have other things to.
I mean, we can suggest they read it for themselves, but then they can't interpret it just the way we do.
Yes,
Because
that is for sure.
It's
Now,
all subject to interpretation.
what we've covered so far was just the tip of the iceberg. There is lots more, and of course, we'll bring that to you in more detail tomorrow on release day and on into Friday. So. We will be covering these release notes. We will be bringing you our thoughts and observations. And of course, as always, we invite you guys, the audience, to come join us anytime here inside Discord. Hit us up in the chat room. Come hang out with us in game here at the studio. Send us your questions, your feedback, all that good stuff. You can email me at news@nbnn.info. Or just hit us up in Discord or in game, like I said. And
It appears
we'll be
the
more than
release
happy to.
notes are gone.
What's that?
It appears the release notes have been removed.
Really?
What are you talking about? I'm not going to
I'm-
hit refresh.
I'm
Yeah,
looking
dude.
in the forum here, and it's gone.
Wait, hold on.
I have to go look at this now. Or did somebody just
I-
post announcements? Release 39 instructions. They're there.
You're still there.
Yeah.
You need to be looking.
If you click
And-
the link to the release notes, there's no post from Star. There's all the comments, but there's no post.
You're looking in the announcements section at the very top of the forums.
Yep. Indeed.
I see it all.
Yeah, so do I.
Weird.
I don't know.
Hey,
I think
yeah.
Thex is starting to worry about having to shave that head and do that run. I don't know. Starting to affect his train of
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take a screenshot to show I'm not crazy.
thought. Yeah, right. But meanwhile, we got to move right along. We do have today's calendar for you folks out there. A list of events and stuff that's happening throughout the lands on this Wednesday here inside Shroud Avatar.
Dun, 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 dun,
Spiff.
dun, dun.
Oops. I accidentally ignored Star.
Oh, well.
That's even better.
Yeah,
That's
that-
even better.
yeah.
Ignored,
Ignored
star.
It's back.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so
How do you ignore Star? Those are the
No
posts
idea.
Those are the posts you want to see.
are you ready for something?
We have it. It's up on screen.
What are you talking about?
The NBNN Shrouded Avatar Community Calendar, located at nbnn.info. For your
Community
viewing
calendar is an
convenience.
aggregate of a bunch of other public calendars related to Shroud of the Avatar. So if you want your calendar added to the community calendar, you do need to email news@nbnn.info, and that guy over there, Laz, will get that set up as soon as he feels like it, which may or may not ever happen.
That's not true.
Okay, it will happen as soon as possible. Yeah.
We want everybody to get their news out there to the world. We want to tell everybody about your events. So
That's right. We wanted to include everything. We do not care who you are affiliated with or what kind of event it is, as long as it conforms to something. So as you can see, it is a long list of everything that is actually included. It is something. As long as it's related to Shroud of the Avatar, we don't care. So we do have a lot of information for today. Don't forget, today is Wednesday, February 12th. All times are Central Standard Time in the real world, but we prefer to refer to it as New Britannia Time because
Britannia time.
that is game server time. VIP ticket sales are still ongoing for SodaCon in Austin. Last I checked, there were 3 VIP tickets.
Still 3. Checked that this morning. Made sure that that was up-to-date information. It is.
Yes. And those VIP tickets include a guided tour of the Portalarium studio, which is led by none other than Lord British himself. And he will go over the history and show you everything and introduce you to a bunch of devs. And it is limited to 12 people.
12.
And SodaCon is going to be in October. If you know that you are not going to be able to make it to Austin in October, but you still want the rare cloak, you can still make a donation because those non-attendee cloaks are still available. Early bird tickets are still ongoing for SodaCon and will be ongoing until April Fool's Day.
April Fools.
Whoever made that decision, I question their sanity.
That was the director of SodaCon Austin, fearless leader himself.
Yeah. So today at noon, 3, 6, and midnight around the clock, there are 2 idiots that don't know what they're doing. On a show called Lunch with Laz and Jack.
That's right.
And they on a regular basis, they misinterpret the news, even though some things are black and white.
Hey, look at this. Our fans are actually asking for a longer show.
I know. They want us to do 3-4 hours.
Hey, you know.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, that's right. Be careful what you wish for out there, people. You just may get it.
The only problem is then we end up with Laz might actually have to put on pants, and he'd have to schedule bathroom breaks.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Because he's filled up the Depends. I don't know. Where would these things come from?
Yeah,
so today, don't tune in to WRFB for that annoying show. Yeah. Radio Free Britannia. WRFB.rocks. That's right. Today at 4 on Avatars Radio, there is a rebroadcast of the Legion of Myth with Max Leal and Elgarian. At 7 p.m., there is the EVL Virtue League PvP tournament. I'm waiting for a cue.
Oh, I thought he wasn't on vacation until next week.
With the proper PvP.
There he is.
It's finally, it's 2 minutes late. He could fart on time, but he can't do anything else. It's like, say PvP and you expect to sound
short timer's disease there, I tell you.
That's right. EVL Virtue League, don't forget, they have multiple tiers. Supporting your PvP experience. And if you're tired of PvP, then don't go to the Virtue League. Okay, so at 7 o'clock, also you need to tune in your E3 amplifiers to the
WRFB
for the 70s at 7. At 8 p.m., DJ Eclipse Maiden takes over Radio Free Britannia just so that way she can gently massage your ear holes with some unmedicated schizophrenia. Part un.
That's right.
Yes.
Part
WRFB. Un. Un.
And that happens to coincide with one of my favorite events.
That is going to be Striker Sparhawk, because Striker Sparhawk's happy hour is otherwise known as
Spend Sparhawks Gold.
I can't believe you actually made a cue on time. Final event, and that's going to take place at some pub somewhere, and you can
That's
get.
how it works.
You have to set it up yourself. That's going to take place at some pub somewhere in game, so get virtually drunk on someone else's dime.
That's right.
Final event of the evening is going to be the WRFB Record Room,
WRFB.
which plays a bunch of oldies from 1946 through 1974 in a themed show where you get a history lesson on the music that's being played.
Not
It is
just a
an
trip
awesome
down
show,
memory
and
lane,
I have
but a little
enjoyed
history
most of them.
lesson at the same time. Great stuff
Yes.
out there on the radio. And of course, time is short today, so we're going to try and get this in as quick as possible here. Wrap it all up on time so we can go play on the QA. NBNN is a proud sponsor of SodaCon Austin 2017. If you need any more information, go to sodaconaustin.org or contact me. I'll point you in the right direction. Of course, want to thank our sponsors out there. Good folks over at Ockenshire and Markham Farms. I queued it and it still went. But
So you're just going to start some
that's
random.
right. I'm going to start some random place today. Ockenshire and Markham Farms for your wholesale cotton reagents, vegetables, ale, and more. I'm missing the Grimy Traders auction house. I know that. Is Grimy Traders still a trader, so we won't go there. Our good friends over at the BMC want you to check out Market Road for all your crafting needs. You need materials, they got it. Go check them out. Located in the Quell region next to the Etzer Mines. Jacob White over at sodamap.com. Jacob White supplying the best map for you to get around and find your way in Soda. And of course, don't forget Soda Navigator, so that you get GPS mini map to get your way around. Ben over at Relics by Rill, relicsbyrill.com for all your Shrouded Avatar swag, t-shirts, hats, and more. Save some money when you check out. Use the promo code NBNN, and you'll save 10% when you check out at relicsbyrill.com. And of course, our friends over at the Shroud Marketplace, hosting all those great auctions for Doug's Chemo Relief Fund. If you donated, go check it out, and Jack's going to tell you more. At least I thought Jack was going to tell you more.
What are you talking about? Is it my time finally?
Shroud Marketplace?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. About
You mean
3
that place?
minutes?
That place where all the auctions for Iron Maiden's Cancer Relief Fund are being hosted?
That's right.
Yes. So don't forget, Shroud Marketplace is the place for anybody to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related. So if you have an item or service that you want to sell to other players and you want it visible to lots and lots of people, you can always list that item at Shroud Marketplace just by clicking on the vendor registration button. And then you can start having your items sold on Shroud Marketplace. Currently, it does process all payments through PayPal, and the marketplace just is a listing service. They don't actually hold on to the items. You just list them, and then you're
list
responsible
them,
for
you sell them, you deliver them, you collect your
That's
money.
right.
That's about how simple that is.
Don't need no
get-
stinking
Well,
middleman.
it's more like you collect your money, then you deliver the item. But
Well,
still,
yeah,
because you receive the PayPal payment first, the
I would hope.
marketplace does take a small commission on those transactions. And don't forget, something's being attacked on. Oh, hey, there's a spider in front of what last.
Oh,
Imagine that. Friggin' spiders. Okay, so Don't forget, anything game related can be bought or sold on Shroud Marketplace, from accounts all the way through services, which include all kinds of things like cheese sign writing. If you need someone to
Cheesy
actually
writing.
write a sign out in cheese, you can always contact Wolfdom Shop for some cheese sign writing, or Soda Design Service, Scrota's Music Service, where $5 gets you Scrota being AFK,
That's
or
right.
Weddings and More by Les.
That's right. Weddings and more by Les. Not just weddings, but a whole lot more.
That's right. Shroud Marketplace is the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related. Don't forget, register anytime. Yay.
Yeah.
And that means it's time for us to thank the most important people around here. And we couldn't do the show without you guys. Watching out on Twitch, YouTube, or listening on WRFB. Thank you very much for hanging out with us, spending your time with us, interacting with us. We couldn't do the show without you guys, and we do it for you guys.
That's
So
right.
don't
We
forget.
love you guys. We love
Yeah.
this shit. And
That's
of course, we love bringing it to you every single day right here inside Shroud of the Avatar. Alrighty, well, we're going to wrap it up for today's show. Tomorrow, again, is release day. Don't forget, get up early, get patched, and get in there and get a jump on everybody. See all the new stuff out there tomorrow morning at 10:30. Servers will be up. And, of course, we will be here at noon telling you all about all the latest changes here inside Shroud of the Avatar. Till then, we're out of here. I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Stay tuned for more news, sports, entertainment, crazy wild happenings, and the latest goings on from right here inside Shroud of the Avatar. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Spam, spam, spam. Bid. Don't forget to bid on those auctions. I wish I could participate in those auctions.